Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Peer Pressure Podcast. I'm your FPL Thinking Cap Benjy, and today it's the Gameweek 21 pod ahead of Tuesday deadline. Do not forget to do your teams. I'm joined by my two co-hosts. First with FPL Stock, back from the holidays, and a lot to discuss from Chelsea. Stock, how are you doing? Stocky?
I can't hear you guys. Sorry.
Stocks.
So again.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now? Stock.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
My bad. I
I
think
can't
you're
hear
still
Stock
on
right now.
mute, Stock.
I can't hear Stock.
I thought it was me though. That's why I was trying to check something because all I could hear was typing, but I could see the thing going off.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
it was
my
me.
bad.
It was my bad. I was on mute. Yeah, I'm back. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, a lot to discuss, especially Chelsea, Manchester United, also joined by Kayman. Kayman, how are you doing? Why don't you go ahead and set a like target for this stream?
Yeah. I'm doing good, bro. Thank you for asking. I actually had a tooth extraction today. But
Oh, wow.
feeling a bit better. May not be able to have that same energy, but I'll do my best. But I'm feeling better. It's a good day overall. And the like target, because United stacked Amorim, I want 100 likes. That's the goal. I want to get 100 likes. As you guys can see, Benjy's wearing the United jersey. It's a day of celebration. I know we've sacked managers before. It's not nothing new, but still, it's a new chapter in our life. So yeah, it's a cause for celebration. Another one down.
100%. We will discuss Amorim and Manchester United in a second, but before that, just a reminder, chat, if you have not checked out our Peer Pressure Plus Patreon, make sure to do so. You're going to get closer to us in our community. Not only that, you're going to improve terms of your FPL ranks and decisions. We offer a lot of custom team advice, custom analysis, custom graphics, lots of stuff there. So do check it out. It's the first link in the video description. Make sure to check out the boys via their social tags, and that's in the description as well. Start us off with Manchester United, Kayman.
As I said, it's a cause for celebration. Ruben Amorim, he was indeed a terrorist. I'm sorry to use that term, but he was, in terms of footballing term, he was a terrorist. In terms of statistics, I believe he's had total 90 something games. His win percentage around 31%, as you guys can see. He's been in the managerial role as the manager of Manchester United for the last, to be honest, a year now, over a year. And he has more than enough time to be able to show us something in terms of if he has what it takes to be able to take us to the next stage or take us to the promised land. As United, we expect our club and we hold our club to the highest standard, and we expect to contend, whether it be for top four or champion leagues or Premier Leagues. We always expect to be in that conversation, but since he's taken over, we are more worried about relegations than top four. So I'm happy that he's gone. In terms of, does that mean we're back? I don't think we're back. It all depends on, because that's the first step now. We've been getting the second step for a while now. We can't, of course, the United fans are going to say the owners are the problem, the X, Y, and Z. We can't remove the owners. We can't sack the owners. We have to live with it. Now, we've had 10 tries since Fergie left, I believe, including the interim and the caretakers. This is the 11th try for us to get the second step right. The first step is to sack the manager, knowing that he's not right for the job. Second step is very important, is hiring the right man for the job. If we get that right, then I think we can get back on track.
So obviously, in terms of where the bookies are thinking Manchester United will go, we have already announced Darren Fletcher as our caretaker interim. He's involved in the 21s and the youth academy in terms of coaching, so he's going to step in for Burnley on Wednesday. But in terms of permanent managers, the current favorite is Oliver Glasner on even odds, followed by then Enzo Maresca, Gareth Southgate, Pochettino, Xavi, and Nagelsmann are also on that list. But I think it is between Oliver Glasner and Enzo Maresca. Now, Ben Jacobs has put out something today saying that Manchester United plan to appoint a permanent manager probably next summer and an interim until the end of the season. Now, that's just what the club is briefing. We've already seen the club has done a lot of briefs and then gone another way. As for instance, they said they had no money in the summer and then they spent 200 million. So let's just see where exactly they do go. But Stock, what's your thoughts on this sacking, and in terms of who do you think from a neutral perspective would be the best option here?
I think it's a good sack. I think it's taken too long, to be honest. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's too rigid in his approach to football. I think the proof is when you were playing against Everton and they had 10 men, and he stayed in the same formation and was playing 3 centre-backs against Tiano Barry when they had 10 men. So I think I'm obviously not happy as a rival fan because it's nice to see United mudded. So every time that you sack a manager, you have the opportunity to reach the next level if you hire someone serious. But with your owner's track record, if you look at those managers there, besides Mourinho, like who knows who you're going to hire? Hopefully you hire someone shit again.
Yeah. For me, I know Kayman's favorite, but for me, I would love to pick up Enzo Maresca. I was a big fan of him and what he did at Chelsea. I think tactically he's great, and I think our team would really thrive in it. I think we already have some great attackers. We just need to add a few midfield pieces to that, and I think he's the guy I would go for. Because I don't think he's going to stay on the market very long. But I wouldn't be upset at Oliver Glasner either, right, Kayman?
On Glasner, I think if you're picking someone now, obviously Glasner is there. I mean, Maresca, of course, he just got sacked from Chelsea. Well, not sacked really. He walked out on Chelsea, which is quite weird to be honest. To walk out on Chelsea, it's a big club. In terms of Glasner versus Maresca, I mean, in terms of the odds, I don't know what the odds are. Do you know who's
Oliver
got
Glasner's the
the
favorite.
favorite? Okay, and who's the second?
Maresca.
Maresca. Okay. My preference is Glasner, and the reason why I just think he's got more experience in the Premier League, and I think he has what United fans expect is we're not looking for a project. Well, we realize, especially with Amorim, because we don't have the patience. We lack patience, and that includes myself as well. And to expect these type of players that we have at United, of course, we've had some new additions. I still think that there are some deadwood left in the club. And to get the best out of them, you need an experienced manager who is more adaptable, who is not egotistical, who can manage and demand respect, and has the pedigree as well. And I think Glasner has all those things, and he's shown us that at Palace, at a lesser club with lesser assets available to him, getting job done, winning FA Cups, being relevant in the league, even if he's not getting top four, he's getting European, places with Palace, especially when he's losing players every season. So yeah, I just think Glasner suits us right now at the current stage. Maybe Maresca would come in one day when the dust has settled and the club is at a more stable situation. But yeah, I just think
Hmm.
Glasner would be a better choice.
For me, I think, you say maybe Maresca come in at a later point when the club's more stable. I don't see him being available. In my opinion, Ineos, they came out a few months ago and said, Ruben Amorim needs 2-3 years. He needs time. He needs investment. They did invest in his kind of players. He
Good
overhauled
boys, I'll be back in 30 seconds. Sorry, I need to get my
No,
charger.
no worries.
No worries. But what I would say is that I do believe Enzo Maresca is the top pick here, and he's exactly who I would go for. But I wouldn't be mad at Oliver Glasner either. Does this affect any Manchester United picks, Cayman? Would you say?
Yeah. I think depending on who we sign, of course, and what formation we're playing, we can see who will benefit the most. Right now, at this current stage, if you have any assets, of course, you keep them. Bruno Fernandes, we hear that, of course, he's back in grass training. If he starts getting minutes, no matter which manager he plays under, he would always be an option. Bruno Fernandes, regardless of the management, he will be option. In terms of other assets like Cunha and Mbimo when they are back from AFCON, for example, Ahmed, that's something wait and see. We don't know who will benefit the most under this new manager, whoever that is, whether it's Glasner or Maresca. But yeah, at the moment, the only one I would say is probably Bruno Fernandes. We expect him to play a bit more advanced now, or play number 10 in his natural position, have, bulk of the GA, not just from dead ball, but from open play as well.
Yeah.
But I think Bruno Fernandes is someone that we should definitely consider when the fixtures do turn. I think after the game week, so next week, game week 22 after Burnley, we play City, Arsenal. After City and Arsenal, maybe game 24, we jump on United again. But by that time, we will know who's the manager and what type of system they will play. So, yeah.
Yeah. And if we come to look at our fixtures, Burnley, that will be caretaker game. But then coming into 22, if we do get a permanent manager, that's when you're going to expect him to be there, because there is a little bit of a break in the schedule if you come to look at the spacing. So after this Premier League game week 21, it's a midweek round. There's a set of FA Cup rounds. Then there's also the Carabao Cup semi-final legs, which we're not in. So there's a bit of time for a new manager to kind of settle in there, and then Game Week 22 starts again. So that's kind of what I would expect from Manchester United, and especially with our fixtures being Man City at home and Arsenal away, I don't think there's any need to jump there. If anything, people own a Matthias Cunha. I think probably you would jump off, right, Kayman, after Burnley?
Yeah. I think Cunha, you jump off. But if you got the fires to put out, he's not the worst player to hold, because no matter what manager we have, he will still be a big part of our team, and I think he will be even a bigger. He will have to play even a bigger role now.
Yeah.
Under any new manager, because he is the star player. I know Bruno Fernandes is going to be the main guy, but in terms of young and up and coming talent wise and new addition wise, him and Bimo are going to be the main guys that we're going to rely upon for GA. So even if you wanted to keep Cunha through this patch, because of the new manager bounce element, you could. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a sell. Let's just see how he does this Burnley, because if he goes and drops, say, GA, right, versus Burnley, it's going to be a hard sell. Yeah.
That's true. I hope Ineos are wise. I hope they realize the grave mistake Chelsea's made, and I hope they pounce on the opportunity that Enzo Maresca is. So that's my final kind of reading from it. We'll move on to Chelsea, who do also have a new manager stock. Do you want to come ahead and comment on the situation? Obviously, you weren't there for last pod, so didn't really get your thoughts on that.
Brother, this guy looks like he's actually auditioning for EastEnders, bro. Like, what's going on here, bro? What's going on here, lads? What's this? Who the hell is this guy? Why, bro? Why? Bro, I swear to God, this guy looks like he got bullied in secondary school. I'm not gonna lie to you. This guy actually looks like he got bullied in secondary school, bro. Nah, bro. Yeah, how does a grown man like that don't have a beard as well, man? That's kind of weird. Still, why does my man not have a beard, bro? Yeah, this is not the guy for you stuck, bro. Yeah.
You can see that he shaves it. He just likes to be clean shaven, bro.
Nah, bro. My man is not the guy. That's not the guy for you, bro.
Because he's a clean, pristine guy. That's why he likes to be clean shaven.
I don't think he's the guy for you, bro. Man like Liam, who? Liam Rosenior? Rosenior, okay.
With a name like that, he's just destined for the top, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Oh, here they go again. Yeah, Chelsea guys hyping.
There you go, man. Look at this guy, bro.
I'm joking. I just did a Frank Lampard there. Went laughing to serious straight. I don't recognize my club anymore, so I'm not really invested in what happens. What would be will be. I just more of a fantasy manager now, to be honest.
So no, you don't want to give your thoughts on the situation?
No, I don't want to waste my energy on it. That's my honest answer.
What's your thoughts on Enzo being sacked, though? At least tell us. What's your thoughts? Did you want him to stay or go on, or what is it? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I wanted him to stay. Just disappointed. I liked him a lot. I think the owners are a joke. I think the club's being run like Brighton when we're Chelsea Football Club, and I don't want to waste any energy talking about them because I despise them.
Just to add on to what Stark said, Benjy, I think what he means by saying Brighton is actually also American owned. I don't know if you know, just like Chelsea, American owners.
90% of clubs in the Premier American owned. So
yeah, fair enough. They are one of the richest countries, and they dominate the dollar. They got the dollar. So, in terms of the motto is that they want to pump and dump. They want to buy young players and then sell them when the stocks are high. So that's what Chelsea are. They buy young players. They have a rule where you can't buy players under 24 or 25 or some shit like that. And obviously they are trying to make profit. This manager, if I'm being objective, all jokes aside, I mean, I've actually heard a few of his interviews. He's a British lad, I think. I think he makes sense what he says in terms of when he's talking. I think he was talking about Pogba in one of his interviews, and he made a lot of sense. And he's actually a United fan, if you don't know, Benjy. So he's one of our own. As much as I roasted him. As much as I roasted him, to be honest, it's just too big of a stage, too big of a jump. But we can say the same thing about Maresca. He actually had a big jump from Championship to Premier League as well, right?
Yeah, I agree. And Maresca surprised me. And I think that obviously he was a Pep disciple. He's tactically very aware of the game. Similar systems with his own adaptations. World football's never seen a successful English manager. So I don't, for starters, this guy's English. So he's already on the back foot in that sense. Yeah. Also, he's been the coach of Derby, Hull, and Strasbourg. He's achieved nothing in the football game to merit being the manager of the biggest club in London. So I think it's despicable.
Yeah, you see, When you put it like that, it is quite a bad signing,
So-
and he's gonna have extreme amount of pressure on his shoulder, Benjy. But sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead, Benjy. Yeah.
So listen, I've done a bit of digging into him. So this Rosenior guy, according to Chelsea's briefs, they rate this guy very highly. If anything did happen with Maresca, he was supposed to be the successor. They don't see him as ready yet, but because Maresca has walked, he's kind of been thrown in early. Now, the thing I would say is, from a Chelsea fan perspective, this is a guy, like Stock said, who does not have top flight experience. And are the fans going to be willing to go and let him make mistakes to improve as a coach? Because he's not going to be the finished article. He's not going to come in and get every single decision tactically right, substitutions. He's going to make mistakes. And I don't think that's what Chelsea want to see. So, but what I would say is, Bluecoat and Clearlake have made some very good decisions in terms of recruitment. They've kept a lot of good players and good things at Strasbourg for a reason, so I would not write it off from the get-go.
Question mark.
But he is
Question mark.
inexperienced.
One question I have is: was he an ex-professional player or something?
Yes,
Or?
he was.
Yeah. Was he any good, or was it like Ruben Amorim ass?
I think he was a right back and he played for Brighton.
Oh, he didn't play for any big clubs, right?
Don't think so, no.
Yeah, so that's the problem. You see, Chelsea have a lot of big players, right? Big dollar players, 100 million players, world class players. I don't know how he's gonna get them to respect him, because if he wasn't as great as a player, I don't know how, and you haven't proven yourself in other clubs, it's gonna be hard for him to get the respect of the locker room and the players, unless he's just an exceptional speaker like how Ruben Amorim is, and he's taking some sort of English classes, or
Bro, we could be here all night,
yeah.
honestly,
Anyways,
talking about
yeah.
how stupid it is, because we have a young squad. So
Yeah.
ultimately, if you have something that needs to grow, you need someone to nurture and promote the
Yeah.
growth. So how can
Yeah.
a young coach who also needs to be nurtured and make his own mistakes and learn the game be
Yeah.
responsible for coaching young players? It's
Yeah.
such a flawed system. It's absolutely stupid. I'd love to have a discussion with all of them in a room and just ask them, are you actually retarded, or is this genuinely what you believe can be successful? Because it makes no sense to anyone with a brain.
No, it doesn't. This doesn't make sense to me. This does not make sense to me, and I'm not going to sit on the fence. I think this is a bad signing. I don't like sitting on the fence, and the reason why I've just mentioned as well, by the way, because you got a lot of players, and they'll demand respect. If you haven't done anything in your playing career, and you haven't done anything at any club as a manager, I don't know how that you're going to earn the respect of the players, right? And yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Finally, just on this point, with this new appointment coming in, is there any hesitation, because obviously we know Chelsea's fixtures are turning very good, to kind of wait and see what happens? Would you probably air caution with Chelsea stock?
Yeah, I would. I think he will be in control of the FA Cup game. McFarland's going to have the Fulham game. So I would definitely urge caution. Don't know what formation he's going to play. He likes to play a few. Don't know which players he's going to favour. So just wait, watch. We've got 2 games coming up, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, which he'll be in control of before the next fixture after Fulham. So yeah, I'd definitely hold back on any wildcards, because I know a lot of people wildcarded because they want triple Chelsea. So it doesn't make sense to go early when you don't know how the land will look.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's move into Erling Haaland and the Premier League. Just a little quick topic before we get into a bit more FPL stuff. But Erling Haaland has blanked 3, 4, 5, 6 of his last 9 game weeks. Kayman, talk to me about Erling. Has not been in the greatest patch, has he, recently? First time he's blanked 3 games in a row this season.
No, he hasn't. And we've all just, of course, the FOMO and the fact the lack of alternative premiums performing has led us to keep on captaining him. Some of us were brave enough to take him on versus Sunderland away, I believe. Stark was one of them, right? Stark, you captain Palmer. Kudos to you. You've obviously won in that week, even though you deserve probably a lot more points than just 1 goal from Palmer. And then after that, the fixtures were good, to be honest. I mean, who did he play? He had Chelsea, who were obviously dysfunctional. They just lost the manager. They didn't look that good, to be fair themselves, but City were awful. And he also blanked versus a poor Forest team who got dismantled by Villa, to be fair. Yeah, these are the fixtures you expect to return. I'm probably going to captain him again. But it's just a lack of alternative. I think if there was an alternative like Salah, like how he was doing last season, or even Palmer, with a stable Chelsea team and hitting on all cylinders, I think people will be much more willing to go other ways. Not sell him necessarily, but captain a different player. But we are suffering due to lack of premiums at the moment. I know what you're going to say about Saka. He's not performing like a premium, Benjy, respectfully. So, yeah.
Fair stock.
I think people should look at this chart instead of worrying. They should realize that in this game, there's an opportunity to gain on the field in a game week by captaining an alternative asset. So if you also look, he's not worth taking on either, because in the 3 weeks, 14, 13, 16, and he was captained in those weeks. So it just goes to show that we have to try and pick our moment, take him on, and we should gain on the field. He's not a perma captain. That's just the way I'm looking at it. I think against Chelsea, I don't focus on the outcome. I focus on, the underlying data, what I watch with my eyes, the data. And I think he was unlucky to not score. He hit the post. Would have been a great goal. He had his moments for sure. So points are coming. That's what it leans towards. Brighton's not the fixture to take him on, in my opinion. Brighton's a great fixture.
Well, we will get on to captaincy, but I guess the main topic right now in FPL is the Arsenal assets. Arsenal 6 points clear after 20 games. It's the biggest gap they've ever had in any Premier League season at the top after 20 games. So it is looking like it is going to be their year. And let's start with, obviously, Gabriel, up to 13 returns for the season. He's missed quite a few games. He's still up there. He scored in back-to-back games. We know from Kayman, he's a central stock. Is this guy essential? 6.6 now.
Who?
Gabriel.
Bro, he's essential because he keeps assisting the opposite team striker. So it wipes out the clean sheet for everyone else. And then he scores to make sure he dunks on us every game week. Him alone, no one else in the defense.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. The fact that I've realized a lot of people actually had Raya and who else? Timber. And the people that didn't have Gabriel actually had one or the other, whether it's Raya or Timber. And he's punished them. And then he wanted to get a 9-pointer. That's kind of incredible. Like, truly.
I would say Gabriel is arguably essential because he plays for the best defense in the league underlying data wise, and he's such a goal threat, and he can get DEFCON. So what's the point of taking him on, to be honest? I don't think it's worth it. Everyone's going to own him. There isn't holes in him as an asset. Some assets have holes in them and they're not essential. But with Gabriel, what's his hole? Like, what's the flaw? He's injury prone. If you go against him, if you pencil in 24 as the move to buy him, and then now until then he could get injured again. Like, that's the only way I could see it being beneficial for you to waiting.
Yeah. No, that's true. In terms of having triple Arsenal, because I think everybody should be on triple Arsenal now. What would your triple up be if you're on a wild card this week? Do you think?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have Saka. I would have Rice, Timber, and Gabriel. I'd use the Saka money, like maybe get a Pickford or something, like a premium goalkeeper. I think I would not have Saka on what's it called, a wild card.
Stock?
I'd probably go for Gabriel, Saka, and Rice because at the moment I don't trust Arsenal defense with in terms of minutes, injuries, etc. I don't think the fixtures are that amazing to double up. I think that there aren't any alternative premiums to justify having spare money. So I would just continue to own Saka for now, and it's just an easy swap to Palmer or Bruno when one of them arises.
Cool. And obviously Newcastle, another topic in the defense here. Malik Tior, 17 pointers stock. That's your boy. That's the OG Tior guy. What would you say to any people looking at him now? Do you think the boat has passed, or do you think you can still go there for Leeds in 21?
It's a nice rotation with Alderete with him. You look into it, if you maybe bring the fixtures up, you can see how nice it rotates. So if I've got Alderete and Thiaw, so I might just keep them for the foreseeable future. They rotate quite nice with each other.
Yeah, I'm on that same rotation as well. Alderete and Tior. I think Tior just has the minutes now that Trippier's back. Livermento's also back. there's a bit more rotation possibility for Lewis Hall. So I think if you're buying new, I think Malik Toure is the one. He's got that set piece danger, and he looks like a very, very good option. Yeah. Anything else you guys wanted to point out here in the defensive options?
Yeah, I think in terms of defense, I think Sunderland defenders are exceptional value, as I think Stark slightly mentioned there. I think if you are looking at like someone like Tarkovsky, I would question paying 5.6 million again, the money for value. I know Everton defenders, don't get me wrong, Everton is still very good, especially away from home. I do like the defense, and if you had to go for a Pickford or Michael Keane if he's available, or even Tarkovsky, I don't hate it if you got the money. It's just that I think there is a better value for money in Sunderland defense because they essentially do the same thing for less price, significantly less price. Someone like Mukiele and Alderete getting DEFCON as well. So yeah, and Ballard coming back also helps the defense now. I think they will be a bit more better. And the players are also going to come back from AFCON soon as well. The likes of Siddiqui and was it Ronaldo as well? Yeah.
One thing I want to mention is that Manchester City have just lost both their centre backs. Well, I don't think Diaz is out long term, but I know Gvardiol is. So for those who own O'Reilly, maybe soon is the time to move elsewhere if you don't own, for example, a Sunderland asset, bank some money. Like it could be a nice time to do so.
Yeah,
I
I'd agree
actually
with
think
that.
I think it's fine if you need the money to sell him. I just think now his minutes are even more secure, no?
Yeah,
They are
but
for sure.
yeah, minutes are secured, but Gavardiol, we learned that he fractured his tibia, which means that basically he's fractured a part of his shin bone. It's a 4 to 6 month timeline. So if City don't go into the market and sign a center back in January, they're going to be in big problems because then it's going to be Ake or Kursanov, who that's not Champions League level, that's not title winning level.
We know that they're in links with Gehi already, and we know how City operate. They've signed like 4 players last year January window, and that included Gonzalez, also else Marmoush and Kusunov. I think they'll definitely get a centre back now that Guardiola's out long term. I think O'Reilly, now that Guardiola is out, I think he's probably the only one that's going to be the best one that's available to play there left back wise. So I
To
think
be
he's a
fair,
hell of a keep, to be honest.
Kayman raises a good point. Like they've got Wolves in 23, so
Yeah.
and obviously they got Brighton and United in the next two. But like he's going to play all three of them, he's a fine hold. But after the Wolves game, I would be looking to probably sell. But then again, in 28, there's a nice swing again in there for their defense.
Yeah.
Guardiola being injured just helps me just keep him. I think he's just a hold until like, he gets injured for me. I think
I know Ait
City.
Nouri. Something
Yeah.
happened to Ait Nouri, didn't it? An AFCON. Like he's
Oh
injured as well.
yeah, he's
Is
injured
he?
as well. Yeah, he's injured
Yeah.
as well. Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
wow.
yeah, that even helps O'Reilly even more so.
Yeah.
So
So I
yeah.
think, yeah, maybe you can sit on an O'Reilly, can sit on City defense. Gavardiol, if you have him, sell him. And certainly I wouldn't be buying any City defenders. It's basically a don't buy, but if you own, then you can hold if you have a fit one.
What do you think of those who own Petrovic? If you was to make a goalkeeper transfer this game week on a wild card, which goalkeeper would you have? Dubravka and who?
For me, it would be I would actually save the money because I think potentially a cheap Chelsea guy could emerge. So I would actually go for Kelleher, who actually makes saves. Brentford, statistically, underlyings wise, quite a good defense. And if you look at their fixtures, look from the 27 turning point. Now, I understand Chelsea away, Villa away, Newcastle away, Arsenal. It's not great, but yeah, you're going to have to rotate him a little bit with the likes of a Dubravka. So you can play Dubravka for Sunderland away, West Ham at home, Tottenham at home, and rotate him in. But then from 27, if you look at Brentford's fixtures, Brighton, Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, I believe they have West Ham at home in that run. They have some really, really nice fixtures up until 34, 35. And for me, Kelleher is always going to take along with saves. So yeah, he's my option. Okay.
I mean, I think for me it's either Sanchez or Rufus. I think Sunderland keeper, that Rufus guy. It's either him or Sanchez. I think if you look at the rotation for Sunderland keeper and what's his name, Dubravka, it's actually pretty good as well. I mean, when what's it called? Rufus plays Arsenal and Liverpool. I think Burnley play West Ham. I think. Yeah, if I'm
Yeah, West
mistaken,
Ham and
Benjy.
Palace.
Yeah, they play West Ham and Palace, which is perfectly fine for you to play. So yeah, I think those two could work. Areola is another shout, but I don't know if you would want to go for a West Ham defender. They're quite poor. So yeah, probably Rufus or Sanchez for me.
Cool. We'll move into the midfielders now. Declan Rice race. He's up to 119 points in 20 weeks. He's now the leading midfielder in FPL for points. Stock, thoughts on Rice as a pick? How essential is he, and is he in your plans?
I've been saying this for so so many game weeks and so many spaces, and I'm pretty sure on these pods, if you don't plan to captain Saka, you don't have the double defense, and you want other premiums, Rice is a very good alternative, because if you're using Saka as an asset who's going to tick along as opposed to getting double his points in the captaincy week, what's the point of spending 3 million more compared to Rice, who's matching him most game weeks with his routes to points? Because in this meta with DEFCON, he's very good for it. Because I'm pretty sure in the easy fixtures, he does most of the hard work. And sometimes Arteta can play like 2-8s, so that he's left to do all the dirty work. Hence why his hit rate in easy fixtures is probably a lot higher. I just think
Question mark.
he's a great asset, to be honest.
Question mark on captaincy. Are we necessarily sure that Saka is the best asset from Arsenal? Number one. Number two, if he isn't, who is? Because shouldn't they be logically, if they're the best asset to him, shouldn't they be also a captaincy choice?
I think if Saka's nailed to start a game, he's always going to be the best captain because he has pens.
Not necessarily. He's got penalties, but not 100% pen share.
When Gyökeres is off the pitch, it's 100%.
Yeah, exactly. But if he's on the pitch, he's not 100%.
Gyökeres hasn't been hitting 90, so it's. I still think Saka's the cap. You can captain Rice, but the issue is that Rice won't get the big chances Saka gets. Rice won't create as much as Saka does. But Rice is a great asset. It's just, is he captainable? Probably not. But he's still a great pick. Still a great pick.
I remember at the start of the season, this season, I saw a stat that said Declan Rice last season averaged an attacking return every 4 games last season. So that this season probably even more. Like
he's
probably
averaging
every 2.
An attacking return every 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, I was asking the question earlier, Stark, was who's the best asset to own from Arsenal in isolation?
Ooh.
yeah, but there's so many factors you've got to consider, right? Like price, etc. Are you going to captain?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, right? So when there's a double gaming, the reason why I was asking that question because I was trying to get you guys to something, right? If you go back on fixtures, Benjy.
Yeah.
Sorry if you don't mind. When is the double likely to happen for Arsenal?
It can there's a small chance that it could be thrown between 27 and 28.
27 and 28, right? Okay.
Otherwise, it'll be beyond the 30s. We don't know where. Maybe around 30.
If there's if it's 27, 28, then the chance of clean sheet probably less likely with what other doubles? Is it Tottenham and who else?
So the double for Arsenal would be it would be Tottenham Wolves.
Tottenham Wolves. Yeah, I think those are 2 good fixtures that you expect at least 1 clean sheet for Arsenal there, and potentially a bullet header for Gabriel, if not DEFCON, right? So there's 2 returns there. Couldn't Gabriel be captain? When we potentially know that he will probably start both games compared to Saka, there will be some doubts around his minutes/starts. Could that be an argument? If that's the case, then would you say that it's still possible to go without Saka and captain Gabriel in a double?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Of course, it's possible.
Of course it is.
But would that be optimal? Do you reckon? Or you think Saka is still the best captain in a double, such as like?
If
Wolves
Saka doesn't get 2 starts, then he's not the best captain in a double. Minutes are everything.
Could I argue that even with Saka 70-70 on both games, Gabriel still outscores Saka in a double in those 2 fixtures? Do you reckon?
Maybe.
Yeah, because I was just trying to throw the idea because of the captaincy man that Stark mentioned. Because if someone was to choose to go on wildcard with Rice and Timber and Gabriel, right, they could just captain Gabriel in a double. Do you know what I mean, Stark? I was trying to come back to that point that you mentioned about captaincy in a double.
Wait, say that again.
So you know how you said that in a double you would love to, you would still captain Saka ahead of Rice and other assets, right?
Did I say that though? I don't remember. You were the one who mentioned that a double.
Okay, no, never mind then. But yeah, I'm saying in a double, would you say Saka is the best captain then, ahead of Gabriel or Rice?
If they were both nailed to play both games and the double was Wolves and Tottenham, then I think I don't think it's an easy choice. I think you wouldn't blame anyone for going Gabriel, and you wouldn't blame anyone for going Saka if they were both definitely going to start.
Yeah. I think that's the debate, right? I think if you're happy to captain Gabriel in that double, I think you can go with that Saka. That was my point at the end. But yeah.
100%, especially because Palmer, our fixture swing is coming up. But it's
Yeah.
like everything's nuanced. If I had Saka now and I wasn't using the wild card, I wouldn't move Saka to Rice this game week
No, exactly. That's the difference. Yeah, I wouldn't
because
do that as well.
we know
Yeah.
Saka's going to play Liverpool.
Yeah,
Like he
exactly.
just got his rest, and
Mm.
listen. He might not be smashing like 15 points, but he's not blanking often. Like so, all it's going to take is one game week for him. It's like whenever you watch him, he's getting good chances. But the points are going to come. Like keep saying this. Some people are so outcome driven. Like you need to watch the game, look at the underlying data. It's going to give you a better opportunity to
Bro,
predict future points.
I'm sorry, bro. I watch Arsenal, right? Of course, Saka is the outlet. He's more of an assist threat than goal threat, bro.
Then who?
I'm talking about Saka.
But
I'm
you're
not
saying
disagreeing.
more of an assist than goal threat than
Yeah,
who?
basically meaning like in
Then
terms of he's not really
Rice.
getting good chances.
Oh, he's
No, no,
not
no, no.
comparing him to someone else. He's comparing him to himself.
Comparing in terms of himself. Like I'm saying, he's less goal threat, more assist threat when I'm watching him. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Everything.
Yeah.
It depends. Like if you've got one free transfer,
Yeah.
and let's say you got one free transfer, moving Saka to Rice seems counterproductive. But in 2 game weeks time, when you want Palmer, it's gonna you've freed up money, right? Because especially like there's
Yeah.
everyone's team is just different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know when I watch Arsenal play,
Yeah.
I just think Saka looks like he could score. Who did they play? Was it Brighton?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
Saka had so many chances. I think he had like 6 shots
7
inside the
shots.
box,
Yeah.
and he just looked really threatening. And I just thought, oh, fair enough. You know, outcome. Yeah, he didn't get a goal, but if he got a goal, that's a double-digit haul right there because he got an assist.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't think Saka's essential, but I wouldn't personally make the Saka Rice swap just yet. Like I said, I think I wouldn't be jumping on Rice too quickly. I think you can wait. If anything, 22 is there. You don't need to force anything in midweeks. I think midweek rounds, I always like to play passive. Just roll the transfer. Minutes are more iffy and stuff like that. So, yeah, I personally, I wouldn't be looking to make any swaps in that area. In terms of Morgan Rogers, he's having a fantastic season. He's somebody to look at 7-6. He is starting to creep up in price. Trossard has been really productive this season. 5 goals, 4 FPL assists. Any interest in a Trossard? He's just too expensive. The Arsenal defense is better.
Yeah, it's just better alternatives.
Yeah, I agree. Enzo Fernandez scored in his last 2 games. Stock 8 returns for the season. We already know how good his non-pen XGI is. Interesting.
When the fixtures get good and I know what formation is what and who's playing every week, then maybe I'll consider him.
Do you guys want to know something funny, by the way?
What?
Wilson has 11 returns. Guess who else has 11 returns? The 12 returns, 12 returns, sorry. And guess who else has 12? Actually, no. He's got 11, actually, Rogers. And Rogers is 7.6 and Wilson is 5.8.
Wilson's the best in that budget price.
It's kind of crazy, right? He's got more returns than Rogers with less minutes. And he's like 5.8 million.
Fulham fixtures do turn quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait. Might have to move Elliot Anderson to Harry Wilson.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Does Wilson take set pieces?
He does.
He does, yeah. Yeah, he does, yeah. He looks really threatening, honestly. He does.
Don't hear many people talk about him.
That's because he plays for Fulham and they're quite boring, aren't they?
He's a decent pick. But anything else here before we move into the forwards?
Soboslai, I want to talk about Soboslai. Is this someone?
Right? Come on, man.
Yeah, wait. He's playing Arsenal. Would you keep him or would you sell him? And Verts as well. People have those assets. People have Verts.
Have you seen what people are saying about Liverpool? They're saying you can't sell him before Burnley.
I know, but they've got Arsenal, right? They're playing Arsenal. Is this something that because
maybe he'll score another 40-yard free kick. Who knows?
Or maybe Verts will score another offside goal, maybe. But listen, what I would say is I'll be happy to jump off Liverpool assets.
Yeah.
Except for Ekitike, potentially.
Well, let's talk about Ekitike because I actually have a different opinion. 9.1 million. Let me just remind all of you. A few weeks ago, Stock wasn't here. Unfortunately, I needed him. Came and said, "Bring Ekitike in for Thiago now. Bring him in now."
What in your team? It was
in the peer
no,
pressure
no
team.
peer pressure team. Yes,
Yeah.
not
And
your
how did
team.
that
Yeah.
move turn out, okay? Talk to me.
What? Talk to you about what? He
You
got
know,
an assist.
you were all
He
over
got
Ekitike a few weeks back.
he's
What's
got an assist.
happened?
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. He's got an assist. He's got one return so far. More is coming.
Thiago's gotten 4. That was a mistake, right? That was
That
I
was
regret that. That was a mistake.
Well, that was a mistake. I do have to agree because Thiago at his price was an unbelievable asset with penalties, minutes. The only thing that put all of us off is the fact that he couldn't play midweek, and there were quite a few midweek games coming up. But I guess we kind of overestimated how his fitness maybe, and ultimately he's not a doubt. He's playing every game pretty much. Look, at his price, you can keep him for the rest of the season, man. Like you can bench him, rotate him. It's not the end of the world, especially if you got for 6.2 million. And we shouldn't have sold him, to be fair.
Okay. Well, it's good that we actually enter this Ekitike discussion because it's gonna also be in conversation with how we get Cole Palmer. But the first thing I wanted to say is that I believe Ekitike. I don't really care that he has Burnley. He's a lot of money, and a lot of people have made good money on him. And I think if there's a striker you've lined up, you can easily move to them this week. The issue is that the jump on some of the cheap strikers aren't great, right? Like DCL, you can't jump this week because it's Newcastle away. Maybe you could go to a Barry from Everton, minutes starting to tick up. He scored in the last 2, but he's not that appealing. Raul is a bit late to go there. Igor Jesus is like 1 or 2 weeks. You don't really want him. So the options aren't great in terms of replacement. So I get why people are kind of looking to sit there. Is Ollie Watkins back? Stock.
We all know Ollie Watkins is a good asset when Aston Villa aren't in Europe because he'll play most minutes and he'll start most games. But Emery has a love affair with the Europa League. Villa are in the Europa League. I think Emery's had a fantastic career at Villa so far. I think the Villa fans deserve a trophy, and I think he'll want to give them that. And I think his best chance is Europa League. So I think those fixtures are coming back up again. Second part of the season, we're going to be hitting the knockouts. It's Thursday. They play on Thursday nights. I think I'd be avoiding Watkins. I think it's a bit of a utopia for him because it's been a period where there's been no Europa League, and we're starting to see what he can do in that period. But now going back to normality where he'll be rotated more, subbed earlier, especially if Emery prioritizes Europa League.
What I would say about Watkins is when you also have a Morgan Rogers at a price point at 7.6, who's dominating Villa's goal share more so than Watkins is, do you really need to double up on Villa? Probably not. So then Rogers is the easy pick. He's got better minutes, he's got better goal share, he's got more of the pie. So it's kind of Watkins not really that interested unless you're looking to go there for 3 weeks and then hop off.
Doesn't have pens either.
Yeah, he doesn't have.
Well, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, he doesn't have pens.
Once again, it's a lot of money for an asset that doesn't have pens.
Yes. Cool. I do have the wrong fixtures there for Igor Thiago, by the way. But he does have Sunderland at home this week. Then it's Chelsea away, Forest at home, Villa away, Newcastle away, Arsenal. But like I said with Brentford, their run really improves from 27. Is he someone you're looking to go back to now, Stock? Or do you think, we've sold him, let's keep taking him on, let's move away from, going for him because the next few fixtures are kind of rough?
What about Thiago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've sold him and I'll be taking him on until 27 when the fixtures turn.
Kayman?
I sold him because I thought he wouldn't play all the midweek games because he hasn't all season. So I was wrong there.
Yeah, same as
Same as me.
Stark said. I think I'm echoing the same thing that Stark said. Of course, he dunked on us and he's made all his blanks worth it for the owners that are patient with him and they deserve it. But I think this presents a beautiful opportunity for us to gain on the casuals actually, because we know how the casuals are. The casuals see a hat trick without looking at fixtures, without looking at the context. They're gonna say this guy's essential and boom, let's jump on him, right? But we all know, we've seen him, we've watched him for a while. This was his first two returns in first goal, 3 goals in 7 game weeks. So we just gotta hope and take him on, whether it's with Bowen or Ekitike if he's fit, and hope that they outscore him because that will be us gaining on the template or the casuals, especially when me and Stock are in the millions. Yeah, that's what I'm on. So I'll not be bringing him back just yet.
And
taking him on for sure.
Just one thing to watch is the budget striker market. We do have Mateus Mane, 18-year-old at Wolves, who is getting consistent minutes now. He just got a goal and an FPL assist as well last game week against West Ham. So he's 4-5. He's playing regularly. We also have Krupi Jr. scored off the bench again. He's up to 6 goals. I think it's 6 goals from 21 shots in the Prem. Very, very, very good finisher, Krupi. And when Semenyo departs, I do expect his minutes to improve. And if you look at the fixture ticker, Bournemouth they are actually at the top according to Fantasy Football Scout over the next 10 weeks. 21 to 30, they play Burnley, Brentford, Sunderland, West Ham, Wolves, and they have a few good other fixtures in there. So do keep an eye on some cheap Bournemouth assets.
You think Krupi will take Semenyo's spot in the starting lineup?
The issue is that Krupi's a central. He's better in the central spaces, but he can do a job off the wing. But I think the wing minutes is more kind of Adley's bag. But let's see. I think Krupi can definitely find his way into the team. Maybe he goes to like a more dual central partnership of Kluivert and Krupi behind Evan Nilsson. But yeah, I do think he's going to get starts.
Thoughts on Mane, who's actually going to start compared to Krupa whose minutes still may be a doubt, because Mane is starting the last 3 games, right? And he's returned a brace recently. I know the fixtures are not there, but if this is someone your dead spot that's going to come in and play, regardless of the fixtures, I think at least you get 2-pointer, right?
I think Krupi's a bit better just because he's already gotten starts this season, and there's tons of fixtures where you could actually like use him if he's in a good patch. Whereas look at Wolves' fixtures, you're not gonna want him, Matheus Mane, touching the pitch in any of these games. Everton, Newcastle, City, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Forest, Palace, Villa, Liverpool, Brentford, like none of those fixtures are great. Whereas Bournemouth do have a good few ones.
You don't need to play him. You just if there's injuries, he comes in. That's it.
I'd rather my Alderete come in than him.
Of course, I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying
Krupi's got a better ceiling. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what it is. Krupi can emerge and evolve into a better 4-5 pick than Matheus Mane, which is why he's better. And that's because of fixtures. From what already we've seen, 6 goals from nothing, from no minutes. And Bournemouth are ultimately a much better team than Wolves. So team strength, fixtures, and potential, I think Krupi's there.
When is he going to get the respect he deserves from the gaffer? Because like he had a good GA season for Lorient in League 2, French League, and I think he's clearly got like a lot of ability in terms of getting goals. So I don't know what's he like. Evan Nilsson, I watch him miss sitters like every other week. Tap-ins, like how many times does he cost Semenyo? When's Krupi gonna get his deserved flowers from the manager? I don't know.
I think soon. I think this Tottenham game is Semenyo's last game, and after that you're gonna see his minutes really start to uptick. So it's just one to keep an eye on. We'll move into captaincy this week. My favorite section. So we have 3 options. Matheus Cunha away to Burnley. He has never started at Turf Moor in his Prem career. We have Saka at home to Liverpool, who has 3 goals at home to Liverpool in his last 2 starts. And we have Erling Haaland at home to Brighton, one of his favorite fixtures, most consistent fixture. He has never blanked at home or away against Brighton. Now, Saka, with that Bournemouth benching, he is up to 8 rest nights before Liverpool. He did not start. So he will be the freshest probably out of this list, whereas Cunha and Haaland have Sunday, Wednesday spacing kind of a little bit tighter. In terms of the fixture, Burnley are definitely the best, followed by Brighton, who have conceded the most fast breaks, and they play the 3rd highest line in the entire league. Is this a no-brainer, guys?
Oh yeah, no, it's not a no-brainer. But I personally will be going with Haaland. I don't blame anyone for maybe trying to capture a manager bounce against Burnley, who are poor.
Yeah, my alternative is Cunha. I like Cunha as the second best this week, if I'm being honest. I like Cunha as like alternative to Haaland this week.
Why is that?
Especially because the press conference is, by the way, at 5 o'clock. The deadline is at 6:30, so we're gonna know whether Bruno Fernandes is probably gonna play or not. If he doesn't, I even like him more because that means Cunha is on pens. Of course, the element of new manager bounce and the fact that we do need points as well. So yeah.
The fact that Bruno's in and around this game just regresses Cunha a little bit for me. I'm more interested in Bukayo Saka with, amazing spacing for this game. He's fully rested. you can already see his output is at a level where he's starting to rise in form, I think. And Liverpool is a fixture where he has scored goals in the past. It's a big game. It's a revenge game for Arsenal, and I am interested in him. But like Stock said, Brighton's just a much better fixture, right?
Do they really only have 2 days spacing?
Yeah,
from
Sunday,
Chelsea?
Wednesday. Sunday, Wednesday. Oh, we got it, boys! We got it.
Mad. What,
Come on,
Bruno's going to be
Saka.
available for this game?
Huh?
Well, no. This is the report says that he's trying his best to make it and be available for Burnley. Now that doesn't mean starts, but of course we're going to find out on the press conference on Tuesday, 5 o'clock, and I think that will give us an indication on where he's at. And if there's an indication that he's not starting, I think Cunha is a better alternative than Saka. But yeah,
Let me run a little poll here. Let's see what the people are saying. Can I remind you, Kayman, Haaland's off the back of 3 blanks, yeah?
yeah, of course. I mean, I'm entertaining the idea of captaining against Haaland. I'm not saying that you must captain Haaland. I'm of the mind that you can take him on. Well, even though it's really risky, of course. Like I'm not denying that either. It's extremely risky.
So there has
Especially
been a trend.
captaining. Yeah.
There has been a
go on.
trend of Liverpool conceding to right wingers. Harry Wilson, although even the funny thing with Harry Wilson's goal was he was actually in the left channel for that one. But I think Liverpool are targetable. Wasn't that impressed, but underlyings are still pretty good. I think they conceded like just 0.8 XG, something like that, to Fulham. So I just think in terms of where Arsenal and City are in terms of team strength, I would rely on Arsenal for scoring 3 here rather than City scoring 3 against Brighton, considering how I thought City looked against Chelsea, where they dropped a point against a Chelsea without Caicedo and Cucurella. That was a shocking result, in my opinion. Shocking. I thought
But
first half they were good, but that was a Chelsea there for the taking, and they failed to do so.
But Pascal Grob is back and Mitoma is back, so Brighton are going to be quite full strength stock as well. I just wanted to let you know that this is not going to be an easy game for City at all. By any stretch of
No, but the reason why I like captain against Brighton, it's not because I think they're a shit team. I think they're a completely disrespected team. They finished 8th last season. Like, a lot of people have Bournemouth as a better team than Brighton, but Brighton are better than Bournemouth. Was last season than they are this season. Like, Brighton are a good team. However, because they're a good team, they take the game to the bigger teams. They don't sit back and low block. So, therefore, there's a lot of goals in their games for our assets that we want to captain. That's why I like captain against them. It's not because I think they're shit.
Even me, same. I agree with you. But I'm saying City are not tired. They have 2 days turnaround, right? From Chelsea to Brighton. And we saw how knackered they were versus Chelsea. And at Chelsea, that was a weakened Chelsea team without Caicedo and Cucurella, right? I don't know, man. I think you can take Haaland. I think you can. I don't think he's fucking man. I think that the aura has kind of dipped a little bit. 3 blanks. I mean, you can get a bit of confidence now.
Do you know what boosts my confidence a little bit? And this people might be like, well, that doesn't make sense. They're both centre backs. But Gvardio and Diaz being out for this game, like if Brighton press them really aggressively, which centre backs are going to be playing? Like, are they going to be able to beat the press with their passing? Because we know what Pep does. He likes to play out from the back.
Yeah.
Could they be a bit of a dysfunctional team?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, young Kusanov is going to play. Yeah, young Kusanov and Ake is going to play, who's obviously semi-fit. Sorry.
Yeah, just a reminder that Hertzeller did get a 2-2 draw at the Etihad last season. So, and Haaland last season, he did score against Brighton, but it was actually a penalty. He had not much else in that game. Marmoush really delivered in that fixture last season. So, there is some sort of case there, but like Stock's saying, they play quite a high line. If they do adapt that for City, then that's something to consider, but they're giving away a lot of fast break transitions, which is Haaland's bag, realistically. The issue is that I feel Haaland's form, and I think he's gassing out a bit. Like, I thought second half he looked really tired. But yeah, definitely Haaland, Saka for me, with Cunha the third. Do you guys agree with that?
Sorry, I couldn't land earlier. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying about City. Oh yeah, I was saying the Kusanov and Ake is going to play, of course, there, and they both not had much minutes this season. And I think Stark is very good about that, and I think that will have a direct impact on the team strength for City and how they perform as well. So yeah.
It's just annoying because when they play with players like Foden and Cherki, especially Cherki, like Cherki is just he's got 99 vision. Like it doesn't matter if you put 3 defenders in front of him, he'll find a way of maneuvering the ball to the player he wants to get it to. He's just so good. Like if they play a high line, someone like Cherki could just be finding Haaland all game long.
100%.
Well, you guys slightly did as well. You guys slightly did when you were chasing the game. Haaland was going through behind a lot, but he just didn't look sharp.
I think, listen, if Haaland scored that goal where it hit the post, it'd be a different story. No, we wouldn't
Absolutely.
be saying
Absolutely.
Like-
Absolutely.
Wow.
be too much.
The
outcome
chat's really
bias.
disrespecting Saka. Only 10% of votes.
Well, I
on
mean,
him.
well, let's be honest now. Speaking of Saka, I mean, you're talking about captaining a player who's matching Ghana and Xhaka, who are literally bench folders and rotation players for promoted
If you
teams.
captain Saka in
no,
all
hold
of
on,
the
hold on,
last
hold on,
3
hold on, hold
weeks,
on.
you would have got
Hold
more
on, hold
points than
on.
Haaland. So what?
Hold on.
What exactly is
Same
the
with
issue?
Ghana, same with Xhaka. So let's not do this right now, right? If I captain Verse the last 2 weeks, I would have outscored Haaland twice as
Okay,
amount as Saka.
what about Alderete
no, hold
matching?
on.
What about
Ho-
Alderete
ho-
matching Foden? Huh?
What about other? No, hold on. Foden. Hold on. No, Benjy. We're not gonna this. We're not gonna.
Yeah,
do
I don't
this.
hear you crying about
No,
him.
no. We're not gonna do this because you're deflecting. This is a deflecting tactic.
No, it's not.
You're a politician. You become a politician. You're an Arsenal glazer and you become a politician, bro. This man Saka is the biggest fraud in the game. His competitor is Rice, baby, at 7 million. He came in the game at 6.5 million. He's won all the way up to 7.4 million, and he's outscored Rice almost every single week. And he's had more holes. He's got more routes to points. By the way, pause. He had more like double-digit returns than Saka, and he's got more routes to points. And he comes at an extremely discount price at 7.2 million now.
No,
7.3.
I'm not
It's a
disrespecting Rice,
no-brainer.
but you're
It's a
not going to
no-brainer.
captain him. We're not going to captain
Okay,
Rice.
why would I captain a walk-in 4 or 5 point merchant? Why? Does it make sense?
You've
to
been
me?
captaining a 2-2-2 merchant.
Okay, so has everyone. So the whole game. So the whole game is.
Exactly. All I'm
fine.
saying, look, there's potential. Saka's been returning. Let's just leave it at that. Would you guys say that Saka's probably the second best option this week?
No, he's not. He's not even the top 5. He's not even my top 5. Was Saka's minutes
you're
secured? Because we argued about this a lot. You're talking about Saka's minutes, how his minutes are good and things like that. Is Saka's minutes secured? Is he a
Yes.
minutes risk asset? Is he a minutes risk asset? Why do you have predicted minutes as 90 minutes right there? You're lying to the public
He
right now.
got
Take that off right now.
rested for Liverpool,
That's a false
bro. I
predict right
can't
there.
deal with this
You're
guy
lying to your public
anymore.
right now. 90 minutes is not his predicted minutes. His predicted minutes should be 75 or 80 at max because Madueke is there and he's a bench. The guy literally just got rested midweek, right? And you're telling me he's a 90 minutes asset. Benjy, you're being dishonest.
He
man.
was
Stop it.
rested.
He's not a 90 minutes asset.
Okay, can I
He's
just?
not a 90-minute asset.
Can I land? This season, Arteta has not played Saka at any point when he's got 3 games in 7 or 8 days. That's why he didn't play. He's been fully rested for the Liverpool
Hence,
match.
he's a minutes risk asset. You're making my point for me, Benjy. Hence, therefore, he's a minutes risk asset. You cannot tell me a player that
Oh my
cannot
God.
play back-to-back games is not a minutes risk asset. This is the whole reason why we saw Thiago. We saw Thiago because he couldn't play midweek.
Correct. No, look, you're right. There is some risk, but my predicted minutes are for this game, bro. He's going to play 90 minutes against Liverpool unless it's a 4-0 game.
I don't know
state.
that. We don't know that.
Yes,
we
we
don't know
do.
that. If they're winning by 2-3-0, I could see Saka coming up for Madueke. That could happen. That's very possible. That's you can't deny that. If they're winning 2-3-0 by halftime, you don't think Saka will come off? Benjy, be honest. You don't think he'll come off?
Right, man.
Come on, bro. Come
Yeah,
on.
but the thing
man.
is, if it's 3-0, like Saka's got a hat trick.
No. That's never gonna happen. Saka. When has Saka ever scored a hat trick?
Tell him,
never.
Benjy.
Not
If
in
it's
the
He's
league.
never scored a hat trick.
Not in the
Tell
league.
him
No,
if
he's
it's
never scored a
3-0,
hat
if
trick.
it's 3-0 Arsenal, Benji's got a hat trick, right?
Nope, he ain't got a hat
Brace.
trick. No way.
Brace.
Listen, I've made my point, bro. I've made my
Anyways,
point.
okay,
I'm
my final
joking.
thing is, who's your if it's not Haaland, then who would you go for this
It's
week?
Cunha, bro. It's my
Okay,
point. My
fair
tie
enough.
is Cunha,
Okay, I got
bro.
it. Stock?
Let's go.
But wait, are United even better than Burnley with this current
Oh,
lineup?
this fucking guy, bro. This
jeez,
fucking
Oh,
guy.
what do you mean?
Oh, look at
Oh,
this guy,
what do you
bro.
mean? Oh,
This guy,
I
bro.
said this when you guys played Wolves, and you literally drew
Get
with them.
the
No,
hell out here, bro. That's because
Drew.
Amorim. We had a terrorist in the wheel, bro. He's gone
You-
now.
got Darren Fletcher. He's probably worse than Amorim.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyways, we'll move on.
I'm
Final
being
point.
serious. But what I don't understand why I'm not being taken serious. I said this about Wolves, and you drew with them. I'm being serious. Are you actually better than Burnley right now?
Yes, we are.
What do you think the scoreline's going to be then? Away.
2-0.
Benjy, be honest. We're gonna concede. Why are you lying?
2-0. Bro, did you guys?
Bro, we're gonna concede, bro.
Burnley just put their worst performance. You guys don't watch Burnley. I watched a full 90 minutes of
No, bro.
Brighton Burnley back. Burnley have Cullen ACL, no Estev. Their back three is Humphreys, Ekdal, and some other guy I've never heard of.
Okay, but we're
They're in
playing
the mud,
heaven.
bro.
We're playing man like heaven. 18-year-old at the back.
I don't
bro.
care. We have Sesko and
Oh
Matthias
my
Cunha over
God.
100 million
Oh my
expenditure on the
God.
pitch. There's no excuse. Okay, Burnley are
We're gonna
crap.
concede
We're
though.
sixth.
I know we're gonna win.
We're sixth in the
We're
Premier
gonna
League,
win.
1 point off world champions
winning.
Chelsea. Okay, we're
No,
better
Benjy,
than
I'm with
Burnley,
you. We're gonna beat
and we're gonna
Burnley.
win.
We're better than Burnley. We're gonna beat Burnley. That's
We're
what
gonna
I'm
beat
going on
Burnley,
record.
bro.
We're gonna
Come
beat
on.
Burnley. Just stop.
Okay,
You stop smirking, but we're gonna beat them. The
let's
point
move
is,
on.
we're gonna
Listen, I'm
Let's
not
move on.
disagreeing. I'm just wanting your opinion because I like the
Yeah.
idea of Cunha, but I also want to be objective, and I just think Turf Moor away this season hasn't been as plum as what people think it is. It's normally when Burnley are playing away themselves that we target them.
Potentially, yeah. Okay, final point before we move into team selections, just quickly is how are we going to get Cole Palmer in 22? I guess the first question I should ask you, Stock, is Palmer in 22, is that a move you would accept given the new managerial change?
Say that again?
Do you think getting Palmer for game week 22, Brentford at home, is that enough time to see what Rosenier's really done in the 2 cup games and stuff? Do you think that's enough time?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay,
I'd
cool.
wait for if you don't own him, I'd wait for 22 at least.
Cool. So there's a few routes that we can all use to get to Cole Palmer. Personally, for my team, the routes that I'm looking at is Bowen down, and for this guys, this can be for you for Ekatike. Bowen down to a dead spot kind of striker or a Calvert-Lewin, and then Cunha in 22 when he has City at home up to Cole Palmer. That's the route. That's the plan for me. Cunha up to Palmer in 22. Where you find the money, that's up to you, but I think that move makes a lot of sense considering Bruno's back. He's taking pen share. His minutes will also, I wouldn't say they will go to shit, Cunha, because he's still a great player, but with Ahmad and Mbeumo coming back around 22, 23, his minutes and his, I guess, ceiling will drop. So I think Cunha is a sell in 22.
We don't know where he's going to play either.
Mm.
New manager, Cunha, where's he going to play? Like, he might not be playing 5 at the back anymore. Like, you just got to see
also
what
get
happens.
early subbed as well. There's a lot of things that we don't know about the new manager, right? And I think one thing for sure is I think Bruno is going to be an option regardless, though. I think Bruno is going to be an option regardless, and that's something that you should probably plan for if he's coming back, especially after City and Arsenal. Our fixtures do turn. We have good fixtures coming up, I believe, and that's someone that I'll plan for. But other than that, yeah, everyone else is wait and see.
How are you looking to get to Palmer, Kayman?
I mean, let's see how Chelsea look, because I don't want to make plans until I'm convinced that this man can do the job and he's the right man for the job, and Palmer looks good in his system. And I think how I get to him is probably Bukayo Saka, if not Ekatike. One of those guys is gonna go. Yeah.
We've not mentioned Foden a lot. Foden's
Oh,
been
yeah.
blanking left, right, and centre.
Yeah,
no one
what to
seems
do with
say it, I
Foden?
think.
Yeah, you're right. What to do with
But
him?
it's because they have Wolves in 23, and because he's so nailed, I think the easy thing is
Yeah.
just keep him for that fixture, and
Mm.
hopefully he can go off again. Brighton's a good fixture for him as well. Like,
Yeah, it's just, man, I don't know, man. It's City in general has been disappointing, all of them.
Yeah.
And it's not paid dividends to own Triple City at this moment in time. And I also saw a comment on the chat. I wasn't looking at the chat earlier. Someone said, Mukin, they said, shout out to him. He said, apparently in game week 16 or 15 that he sold Saka and distributed the funds, and now he went from 2 million to 400k in the world. So sometimes we underestimate how much distributing funds can help, especially because when there's a lot of benching happening, stock like random benching, Timber getting benched, Calafino being in the squad, this guy, that guy missing out. And if you have a strong bench, even this week, Ekatike missing out. If you got a strong bench, you're gonna get points from the bench with good assets.
Yeah.
So it can pay dividends in December having a strong bench. So shout out to Mukin, man.
Cool. We'll head into team selections now. I'll start off. My first red since game week 9. My 10 game week green streak is over, and I did kind of accept that realization when I knew I was rolling this week with the likes of Semenyo in the lineup and Minte. My differential, he got injured before Burnley, so a little bit unlucky there, but I'm still in a great position. It could have been a lot worse this week if I didn't have Teal, so I guess I'll take it on the chin and move. Like, Raya just continues to frustrate. I feel a little bit unlucky with Alderete because put him for a sub, and Lacroix outscored him. So, but overall, it was okay week. And looking at my team this week for 21, it's an easy role for me. Like, yes, Gabriel is essential. Gabriel is going up in price. He's rocketing up in price. But this is not the time for me to make double moves when I need to consider Antoine Semenyo becomes a problem soon. I've got other problems in my team, potentially Minte. Let's see the timeline. Bowen has to go. Cunha has to go. So I've got a lot of things to do, and I don't have that many free. So I'm just gonna roll this week and move on. Is that fine? What do you guys think?
Rolling to 4 free transfers, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, good man. Strong position.
I think Semenyo, him playing this week is a big differential for you, Benjy. I think I like that a lot. I mean, I didn't expect him to be here still now, to be honest, but fair enough.
Yeah, I've kept him.
This guy is just, yeah. I mean, Lacroix, I think this time is up, bro. His time is up. Palace boys they're cooked, bro. They're cooked, Benjy. I don't know if you're planning to keep him or what, but
yeah.
that's someone. Okay, fair enough.
Why would I need to sell, bro?
Okay, fair enough. But it's just quite a bit of money to just rotate. But okay, I guess you get all the rotate as an enabler anyway, so you're chilling. So how are you getting Gabriel? You said
next week. There's many routes to Gabriel.
Next example.
Raya out. Raya for Tarkowski. Raya out. Sanchez in. Tarkowski up to Gab.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I'll roll this team then. Yeah.
But I might just ignore Gabriel.
Can I ask? Why are you keeping Lacroix?
So I'm keeping. That's another one, yeah. I'm keeping Lacroix mainly because he's just not an immediate issue, and I have bigger issues to kind of focus on. I also think if you look at Palace's fixtures, they turn in like they do have a few decent ones. Burnley, Wolves, Leeds, 26, 27, 30. 30 onwards, they also have a few good fixtures as well. So he just kind of works in my rotation path. He's top 6, top 7 for defender points this season. Like the defcons really do add up. And ultimately, a lot of people are looking to go back onto a Munoz or something later. So I'm just happy to sit on him. He's fit. He's there. He's not an immediate issue, and I don't feel like I need to kind of move him on.
Oh yeah, when is the timeline on Munoz? Because that's someone I'm interested in.
The timeline on Munoz is basically he'll be back. I think February, early Feb. I think.
Yeah, long time away.
We'll move into Kayman's team. Had a huge green arrow this week, 63 points. Kayman, take it away.
Yeah, man. That's bro. I've not had a big green arrow like this. It's like since forever, bro. Like I don't even know how it felt. I mean, shout out to Jabs. He actually made a tweet of my face in Gameweek 1, like in the start of the season, how it looked to how it is now. I was wearing a hoodie in the pod, and to be honest, bro, I was depressed, bro. It was I mean. Don't get me wrong, I'm still in the mud, right? But it's not as bad as what I was. Like being stuck in 1.2 million and being recycled every week, bro. It was daunting, man. And finally a good week. Big shout out to Tio, of course. And Stock is of course the originator. He's the original OG that had him, and of course I followed suit. And to be fair, you can say points chasing or whatever, but he just had a good fixtures and I had a good way to get him in. So I'm happy he's been quite disappointing up until now. I've been extremely disappointed with him, but he's returned the favor, man. The patience have finally paid off. It's just Saka, that's your star boy that's let me down week after week.
So
and don't go on, yeah.
So the guy,
please don't deflect. Don't deflect.
No, but he says the guy who's let me down. So there's a fraud in who's sitting there with 2 points. The only guy who didn't get.
But the difference is his template, Benji. Saka is not template. Foden is template. I'm taking
Saka's
on the
actually
template.
getting returns, to be fair.
But he's getting death bomb points essentially, bro. Like that's not
the double standards are just crazy.
No, it's not double standards, bro. I'm genuinely Foden is like a safety net. He doesn't gain me anything. Saka
bro,
is my
if
edge.
Saka blanked 4 weeks in a row, you'd have done 3 spaces.
Bro, so only 4 points for a premium is a blank.
To sell him.
No, I swear to God, bro. If I'm paying 10 million for a premium asset, for me 4 points is a blank. Wallahi, that's a blank for me. A 10 million asset gave me 4 points is not a return for me, bro.
Did you captain Saka against Wolves?
Yeah, I did.
How many points did he get? I can't remember.
He's got 11 points.
So he got you 22 points.
Yes, but then Haaland outscored him that week with 13 pointer.
Yeah, but at least Saka got 11 points. Did you have Foden? Did you have Foden for the beginning of his hauls?
No, I didn't have him. No.
Okay, so you're like me. Foden's got us nothing.
Yeah, exactly, nothing. But
Saka's actually got returns. I don't
no,
care
but
if they're
Foden
5
was a
points.
template. No, Foden was template though. Foden is
Yeah,
template.
but Foden's
Foden's
doing
EO is
worse.
higher.
Foden's doing worse than Saka.
No, I know, but I'm saying Foden EO is higher. Like Foden doing returning doesn't gain me anything. Saka is like 40% ownership around my rank. Rice, I was taking on Rice, which was a template pick because he was outperforming Saka to start the season, and he continued to do so. And I was taking one with Saka, expecting that my premium price that I'm paying, that it eventually is gonna work out where Saka is gonna start scoring Rice. It's never happened, bro. It's not happened yet.
Crazy thing is with Foden is that people are actually selling it. I keep looking at him every other week,
Yeah.
like he's dropping in price. So I reckon his EO after this week will be probably like 50%.
Yeah.
Well, last week he was, well, the week before, I don't know, he was like 80% for me, like 80%, 90%. That's what that was his EO.
He was 60% for me this week.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to double
So
check mine.
Kayman,
I
what are
think he
you
was high for
gonna
me.
do with
Dropping.
Ekitike this week? You should sell him.
I'm benching him, and well, if I'm selling Ekitike, I should also be selling Saka as well. To be fair, I'm benching him for O'Reilly, and I'm thinking to start whether to start Wilson or Michele. To be fair, that's the dilemma. Yeah.
What would you? I would start Wilson. I already told you this. Like I think Wilson. I'd back the hot
Yeah.
hand. You see, he's on 12
Mm.
returns this season. He's in form. Fulham in a good patch. Chelsea. Chelsea.
What would you do, Stark? Would you start Mukiele or Wilson? Because I want to start O'Reilly for sure. He's got Brighton at home. I'm gonna start him for sure.
I'll probably start Mukiele.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just get the 4 points and just chill, you know.
Fair. Moving to Stock's team. Stocky, the Tio originator, and once again, I know he has Vandenberg off coming out of the bench, but his secret fixture. This is what I like to call it. His secret fixture stock. He's been targeting it all season. Everton away. He's had Van de Ven. He's had Paro. He's had Tio. He's tried it with Elliot Anderson. It keeps hitting off. Collins, Thiago, great fixture. So keep an eye on it. That's not a bad fixture for your players, is it, Stock?
No. The swing of going Vandenberg over Collins has been brutal.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Mm.
Bad, bro. But you have Palmer in place, right? Which is nice.
Yeah, four players got me a combined 4 points.
Oh
It's
my
good, innit?
goodness. Wow, look at Elliot Anderson on the bench, man.
It's great, man.
Crazy.
It's great.
Talk to me about 21.
You still have Nkapia, yeah?
No,
What's
I've
the
got
plan with
Gabriel.
him?
Got Gabriel now.
Okay.
I moved Hincape to Gabriel
Okay.
last night before the price rise. After they played.
Yeah.
I
mean, the team looks good, bro.
Team is great.
Like, obviously, yeah, team looks good. I mean, listen, the
do you think
Dorgu one.
Will play? Do you
Yeah.
think he'll play?
Yeah, I think he will play, but it's just
Ooh.
fucking. We're gonna concede, bro.
Dorgu. Oh, Fletch. Oh, left back.
Yeah, Fletcher. I don't know, to be honest. I don't fucking know what. I don't know anything about the guy, bro. I genuinely don't know nothing about him.
I think there's a risk of Dorgu being benched because I don't know if he'll see an alternative attacker and be like, I want to play attackers in attacking positions. And
I think you can play
he's a left back.
Vandenberg over him.
Vandenberg's not going to play. He's being benched.
Yeah. But he's just
lost his place.
He was on. No. I think he had a knock, or I don't know. Actually, Andrews is just not given great information. But I think you actually have pretty good depth this week, and I think Elliot Anderson's a really nice pick this week.
But the problem is Dorgu's gonna come on. So my thing is, if you're gonna start Dorgu, and he comes off the bench, that's a problem for you.
Chris, I'm going to take the risk. Like,
take the risk because it's Burnley. Yeah.
I've got nothing to lose on 1.2 million. 1.2 million, 2 million, 3 million, no difference to me.
Yeah.
I'd start him.
No, I get it.
Him.
Yeah, just take the risk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the team from last week, the pod team. What did we do last week? We did. we bought Gabriel. I think we bought Gabriel, but it was another red. Thanks to Kayman. Again,
not thanks to me, because I got in Gabriel.
I got in Gabriel.
Don't try it.
We could have kept Thiago, like I said.
Don't try it.
I tried to help us to keep him.
No,
but
don't
it didn't
try
work
it.
out.
You benched Dubravka for his 11-pointer hole to start Petrovic.
Yeah, that was a
to go,
skill
who
issue.
scored their own goal.
That was a skill issue.
Who scored their own goal? Yeah,
At least
yeah,
I
exactly.
stand on business. I'll take
Yeah,
accountability for that
yeah.
decision. You don't.
We
You
got
don't take
Ekitike and we
accountability.
captained him. We got Ekitike and we captained him. He's got a return. That's all I know. And I scored Haaland, your beloved Haaland. So hold that.
You sold Thiago before like 25 points, bro. Just I don't want to hear
Get the
it.
hell out of here, bro.
All right, let's see who gets the decision. As a reminder, the name it doesn't land on Lost will get the free decision this week.
Yeah. Hold.
Ooh, and stock is out. Early doors.
Hold.
Hold.
Fine by,
Come
fine
on,
by
one
me.
more and I make a veto, please.
We keep getting red arrows.
Oh my goodness
Oh, so
gracious, man.
Kayman gets a decision again. Let's see if we can
That's
get
like
a green
3 in a
arrow.
row, bro.
Hey, let's go. Hey, we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man.
It's a 3 in a row, man.
I got in Cunha and I got in Gabriel. They're getting returns, baby.
Wait, three. Kayman's had 3
and
decisions in a
Gabriel.
row, Benji.
Yes.
Yep.
Cunha and Gabriel came in.
How many red arrows in a row have we had? Just
Yeah,
out of
Three.
that's not
curiosity.
the rest. Yeah.
3.
There we go.
Three red arrows in
I
a row.
believe so.
Okay.
Get the hell out of
Wait,
here,
I can
bro.
check
Get the hell out of
actually.
here.
Yep.
Get the hell. Get
3
the
in a
hell
row.
out of here.
Okay.
Get
Makes
the hell
sense,
out of
bro.
here, bro.
It's a trend.
Get the hell out of here, bro. You know what? Yeah, I'm my wildcard this week. Fuck this shit. I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm
you're.
joking. No, I'm joking. The team is fine to not one. It doesn't do wildcard.
This team is buns, bro.
Nah, it's not buns. Chill out. I don't know why we got Dogu in. Who
That
brought in
was
Dogu?
Stark. These
Exactly.
guys.
No wonder why.
Chat,
No
do
wonder
you see
why.
what I'm dealing
No
with
wonder
here?
why.
I'm dealing with these
I got
helms,
Gabriel
man.
and Cunha in. I got Gabriel and Cunha, and this fucker brought in Dogu and Anderson. By the way, that's what he done.
All right, let's see what
Anderson.
Dorgu does. Let's see what Dorgu does this game
Okay,
week.
cool. We're gonna see what he does.
Hat
I
trick.
got in Cunha, Gabriel, and Ekitike. These are good picks. They're gonna do well.
Could
Let's go.
could I suggest a transfer?
No, you're not gonna suggest shit. I know you're gonna say
Ekitike
Ekitike
out.
Yeah, you're not suggesting shit. Start O'Reilly ahead of him right now. No, that's not a decision. That's just common sense.
No, that's your
Let's go.
That's your decision,
That's
bro.
not my decision. Don't try
Cool.
that. The
Okay.
guy's
Yeah,
injured.
that-
Don't try that.
No, that is his decision.
That's your decision.
That's not my
That is his
decision.
decision.
That's
That is
not
his
my
decision.
decision.
It
That's
is.
not my
Wait,
decision.
how can we be benching a 9 million asset?
That's because he's
but-
injured. He's flagged. That's
Okay,
why.
put Ekitike in the team,
He's
Benji.
flagged.
That's
He's
his
flagged.
decision if he wants it.
No, that's not a
Alright.
decision because
He's
we benched.
getting
No,
sold or
no.
you're benching him. It's up
Yeah.
to you.
No,
Go on.
it doesn't
to you,
matter.
bro.
No, he's not gonna do that to me, Benjy. We've done this with Stock as well, where he said picking the starting 11 is not a decision. Just go on, hurry up.
Kayman, make your decision first.
Picking the starting 11 is not a freaking decision. So put O'Reilly in. I want to see how the team looks
How
first.
do we have a Liverpool bum in our team anyways? They're dog shit.
Can you start him, bro?
It's Kayman.
I want to see how it looks. The team looks
9
fine, but I
million.
could bank my decision, bro.
Why do we have a 9 million non-penalty taking
Henderson
asset,
get
bro?
def gone. I mean,
limps
the
off
team
the
is
pitch.
fine. I could bank
He
my
He
decision.
limps
this
off
week,
the
bro.
pitch every game week.
It's what he did
Um,
with Salah at the start, right? He said, "No."
How much
this
money do we
guy's
have?
bum, get out
I
of
think
here."
do you know? I think Kayman's a closet Liverpool fan. You know.
He is. He is.
Yeah, how much money do we have in the bank?
0.0 million.
Bro, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? I might as well bank my decision, bro. Yeah,
Cool.
the team is
Closet
fine like this,
Liverpool.
bro.
Me and Stark will
Start
sell
Petr-
Ekitike then.
Bro, you need to start
Yeah.
Petrovic ahead of thingy, bro. Dubravka, bro.
Okay, that's your decision.
Yeah, start Petrovic.
Should we
ahead of
cap
Dubravka. You
Saka sock?
got- what was I
Cooking
thinking,
with
bro?
Kaio. Cooking with. Come on, let's do it, bro.
Don't
Yeah.
drag me into that. If you want to do that, you can do that. You can take accountability. Do you know what? That's good, Kayman. Do that because then we can clip this up. Benji,
No, yeah, go on,
Benji-
Benji, do that.
Let me
captain
think about it.
Saka.
Let me think about it for a minute.
No,
your
yeah, we
balls
don't
on the
mind. Yeah,
table.
Captain, yeah, Captain
up,
Saka,
bro.
we don't mind. I don't mind. Captain Saka, bro.
Put your balls on the table. Back your asset against the fixture you like to target.
Yeah, yes.
Come on.
Yeah, Captain Saka, bro. I mean, come
It's
on,
a
bro.
double whammy. You want to
Let's go,
back
bro.
Saka. You want to back against Liverpool.
Yeah, go ahead. I
It's
want
the perf-
veto it, bro. I want veto it, bro. Put your balls on the table,
Perfect
bro. You're talking a lot.
opportunity. It's the
You're
perfect
talking a lot,
opportunity
bro.
for you, bro.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, bro.
Have you banked your decision, Kay?
I'm banking it because there's nothing else to do in the team.
So we're gonna roll.
But who are you gonna sell here?
Yeah.
Certain French fraud.
No. There's no strikers.
Let's
good that's
roll
to buy,
because
bro.
we've got a big guest next episode, so we can roll for them.
Yeah, go for it.
Ready? Captaincy. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. What are you feeling, Stock? Let's do it together, bro.
Stop trying to drag me down with you, Benji. You're on your own.
If you ask me, bro, Cunha is a captain in it, but I know you guys don't want to do that. But I'll put
How
my
is
balls on
Cunha
the
the
table.
captain? Number one, the guy taking away his pen shares
Cunha!
there. There's a new manager. We have no
Matthias
idea where he's
Cunha.
gonna play. How is Cunha the captain?
Matthias Cunha.
It's purely through fixture. He
star
doesn't even have
boy.
spacing advantage. It's not Cunha.
star boy.
No.
That's my star boy.
Sorry,
That's the real star boy right there, bro. You see
Mukun
that goal he
for it to
scored,
be-
bro?
big up
That was
I'm
a
happy for it to
world-class
be-
goal, you know.
Big up onto your.
Happy for it to be Cunha. Happy for it to be Cunha. Let's clip it up. Kayman's back in Cunha. Let's go.
I put my balls on the table, man. I'm going Cunha, bro. Let's see who believes in their player more. I'd back my boy Cunha to get
Is
returned.
that your
Do you back
decision?
your boy Saka to get returned?
Is that your
That's
decision?
not my decision. That's not my decision.
So
I'm
then
just
you
saying, that's
can't
what I'm
use.
saying.
You can't change the cap. Then,
I'm
bro.
not using my decision. I'm just asking. Though you just like you suggested, I suggested Cunha. If Stark's gonna back me, then that's said.
I'm
majority
gonna.
wins.
You know what?
Done.
I'll go with the chat. The chat. 80% of the chat wants to go with
Let's see.
Haaland. So we'll go with Haaland.
You're flaking out. You're flaking out, Benji.
I'm not. I'm not. It's. I don't have
why
a decision.
Are you afraid?
I don't have a
Look at
decision.
Why are you afraid? It's not. This
Look, he's
isn't a
afraid.
decision.
He's afraid. He's
This isn't
afraid.
a
He's
decision.
afraid.
Why are you afraid to back your boy Saka? Is he not your star boy?
That's what I'm saying.
He's not my
I
star
back my
boy.
boy. I back my boy Cunha.
So,
Put the
did you not
captaincy
say?
on, clip
Did you
it.
not say in a space that Bukayo Saka in forced 5 years' time will be better than
All right.
Hazard?
Thank you guys for watching. I'm
And
joking.
Salah as well. He said Salah. Salah.
Listen. The thing is that I thought Saka would be the next Hazard, but it's actually going to be Leandro Trossard who's the next Hazard. So.
But on a serious note, in my opinion, if you're gonna take on Haaland, if we all agree to take on Haaland this week, in my opinion, I would like to put the hands up for Cunha. That's me. That's my vote. And Benjy, you said Saka. So let's see what Stark decides.
We have more than enough factors that point to Saka being the second best, considering new manager. So we have no clue how United's going to play. Bruno's back, taking away pen share. Mount's there, who can take away minutes.
I'm not captaining a glorified right back who gets the AFCON points and lucky on goal assist, bro. I'm not fucking doing it, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Okay, do you know what?
Oh
Because
God.
Kayman just said that, I think I'm gonna. I just think it's gonna be comedy. Let's go for Saka because it's gonna be so funny.
All right, cool. Yes, sir. Bukayo.
Hey man, you can use. Hey man, you can use a veto.
Use a veto, bro. Go on. He's not looking at him. His hands in his head.
Veto. Saka has killed this season. Veto.
Hey
Done.
man,
Veto.
it's gonna, bro. You should have just
Veto.
not vetoed it, bro.
No, veto, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm done. Now,
It'll be funny if it flops.
to be honest, actually, I want it to flop because you'll be more, more cheerful. You know what? I take it back. I want it to flop so it'll be more cheerful. Actually, you're right. You're right. Because Benji actually hesitated. So yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
I didn't hesitate.
Let's go.
I think Saka's a great cap. Haaland could be better though.
No problem. Let's go. Because I can't wait to see that clip. Oh my goodness. Let's go.
Cool.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Sweet. I'm just gonna see if we have any questions. Go through the chat a bit before we head out. Somebody said, Mukun said, big up onto Yor. I got him because of y'all in the spaces. Shout out. Let me see. There should be a few other questions here. Is it worth downgrading Saka to Rice to fund Gabriel and others? Guys?
Yes.
Stock?
Sorry, say that. I was reading the chat because I was waiting for some funny comments. What was you saying, sorry?
Is it worth downgrading Saka to Rice using funds for Gabriel and others?
If you want to get Gabriel, if you need money to get Palmer, then I understand it. But I still wouldn't do it this week because Rice just had a swollen knee. You don't know how he's going to react to games thick and fast. What if you downgrade Saka to Rice and then Rice gets another swollen knee? You're going to be pissed off because we know Saka's going to play this game because he got rested. I would just wait one more week.
I'd agree with that.
Because the Carabao Cup, it's a double game week for Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle and City this week because they play FA Cup and the semi-final. And I think they'll rest in the FA Cup and they'll play their first team in the Carabao Cup. So the spacing from the Carabao Cup to the Prem fixture won't be that good.
Yeah.
So I just wouldn't go early on any of those assets just yet.
100%. Stock's completely right. Like all the two teams, and the thing is that Chelsea, Arsenal play Wednesday. At least City, Newcastle play Tuesday. But yeah, the spacing isn't great from the EFL Cup semi-finals, like 1 to Prem 22. So yeah, that's just something to consider. I think we're gonna end it there. Any final words, boys? Anything you want to shout out?
Yep. I mean, shout out to. Actually, I don't know.
Bukayo Saka?
Not Bukayo Saka, but shout out to Amorim for lashing out in the space and calling out the owners and getting sacked. So we appreciate Amorim. Thank you.
By the way, how did it take so long to get him gone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
He's bad coach, man.
Bro,
He's
it's
a bad
What do you
horrible.
think of what do you think of United fans who wanted Amorim to stay?
I think it's a skill issue, and I think they don't watch football, and I think yeah, their head needs a scoreboard, bro. That's what they need, bro.
This is what I think of those fans. I think those fans need to go back and look at Wolves at home, Bournemouth at home, Everton at home, and West Ham at home, and ask why we're sitting 6th place with 3 points from that group of fixtures. Where would we be if we had won the easy home games? We would be above Chelsea and Liverpool.
Don't you think though, right? As much as I agree, I don't think Amorim's good enough. Don't you think that he definitely has a clear system and he's not been able to buy players to play his tune to the level he wants to play it? Like
Yeah,
he's not
I
he
agree.
doesn't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
players to play his formation
Yeah.
or his system.
I agree, but
It's like
then he should realize that and not be egotistical and try to force it. He's forcing his system upon these players and putting players that are, say, for example, centre back or left back into midfield, or they're putting them into centre backs, or they're playing them into DM. He's just forcing it, I think.
I
Honestly.
think when he changed against Newcastle, the writing was on the wall because, he said, you don't change the system, you change the man, right? And then he changed the system. He went back on his idealisms. Then he went back to his back 3. So he's changing all over the place. He had 200 million to spend. He spent it on a new attack, and he continued to play Bruno in the pivot. I'm sorry. You make those kind of decisions, you don't deserve to be the coach of Manchester United, much less manager. Simple. Bring me Enzo Maresca, fantastic coach, tactics, everything, and watch where United finish this season. We'll finish above Chelsea, for sure.
do you think that guy made me in the chat laugh? The lad needs a haircut. Do you know the guy who's grown his hair out? Do you think a new manager will finally get the guy a fresh haircut that he deserves?
Yeah.
Depends who we get. If we get Glasner, yeah. Yeah, if so, I hope so, yeah.
Makun says that's a rubbish excuse. You have to be the best. You have to be adaptive as a manager. Exactly, I agree. You have
That's
to
what
be
I'm saying, yeah.
adaptive. Like the best coaches, Pep has shown this season he adapts. Maresca adapts. Arteta adapts. All of these guys adapt. You have to be good in and out of possession, multiple systems, low block, mid block, high block, anything. You've got to be good across all systems. And Amorim cannot just play one way. It was always going to fail. Useless.
Yeah, either way, I don't think he's good enough for Man United because Man United should be winning the league.
Yeah,
We're the
we
biggest club.
should be in the competitions to win Champion Leagues, and he's not good enough to be in that type of.
But you don't have a squad good enough to be in that conversation
that is
right
true.
now. So
I agree. But I just think that he hasn't even shown any signs to be able to get us to be competitive, let alone win things. That's my point.
Do you think Maresca would cook at United, Sock?
could do better than Amorim, but I don't know if he has the squad to play his system. I don't know who would invert from fullback in your team. You got Dallo. There's no way. Like in my opinion, you've got Gustos. You've got a team full of Gustos at left back and right back. So like you'd be watching Gusto inverting into midfield essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
don't
think
have a
it would
Reece
work.
James.
I don't think it would work.
You don't have a Reece James. Like you know how City had Gvardiol bombing forwards with Pep. Like Arteta has Calafiori, Timber. Like, you don't have that caliber of player, and that's the key part to his system.
What's your thoughts on a Glasner over Maresca or a Silva over Maresca? I think they're probably more suitable than Maresca personally.
Silva?
I love Glasner. I like Glasner.
Yeah, we're linked with him as well. And Areola as well. On the recent report came out.
Way off it. Marco Silva.
Marco Silva and Areola are in the shortlist as well.
Marco Silva's good, Benji.
He's not Man United level.
He's not United level.
He's a Spurs coach.
Oh, he's not United level, but he's a good coach.
He's a great coach. He's a good coach, but he's not Man United level.
I do think it's a bit of a really big step up from Fulham.
Marco Silva doesn't play a possession-based system.
No, it doesn't.
And I understand I know what Sock's saying in terms of Glasner. Okay, yes, you can. Glasner can change tactics based off the squad he has, of course. But I want to see product. I want to see product before I buy. I've seen Maresca's product. I like it. I want to buy it. That
Yeah, but
simple.
Maresca's product comes with $1 billion squad.
So what?
Respectfully.
So what? We can't
So
spend
what?
on
It's
him in
because
the
we don't have
summer.
$1 billion squad,
We can't
Benjy.
spend on him in the summer. Of course we can.
No, but right
Mm.
now, I mean, right now, if you're talking about the squad that we have, it's not Maresca. I don't think Maresca gets the best out of these players, man. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I don't think he does.
I think Maresca would be the best because out of everyone in that list, he has the most experience in a high pressure job. Like at Leicester, they were expected to get promoted in the championship. Yeah, he flopped towards the end and almost got caught, but he got them promoted. He won the championship. At Chelsea Football Club, we all know the demands and the pressures. Whatever you might say about his tenure here, he is now a better manager from that experience because he's gained that experience. You have someone who actually has experience playing in a Club World Cup final. You have someone who's experienced managing Chelsea Football Club with all the demands. Glasner doesn't have that. Ariola doesn't have that. Silva doesn't have that. Once again, if you hired Silva, right, he's unproven in that avenue. However, if he did get the job and he stayed for 2 seasons, after that, even if he flopped, he'd be a better manager for it because he's gained the experience.
Yeah,
Like
but
you're
then,
signing a manager without that experience, and it's a lot of pressure. United is a lot of pressure.
Bro, if that's the danger of signing these coaches who are at smaller clubs, Maresca, he took the job on for Chelsea and he succeeded. He delivered on every single expectation last season. He's got them in the top 5 right now. That's a Champions League spot, and he walked. You don't get these opportunities that often, bro. Which is why I'm saying Maresca
Maresca
is
doesn't
clear
even
number
want
1.
United, but I don't even know what we're talking about. He doesn't want United.
Anyways,
So
that's enough on United. Thank you guys for watching so much. Make sure you do follow Stock and Kayman on Twitter, and do subscribe to Kayman's YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on the way out, and we will speak to you in the next one, which will be next week, not this week, for Gameweek 22. Peace, guys.